Hello, fellow miners, and welcome to another episode from Spice Mines Gaming. Today, I told you I was going to come over here and build a big farm. Well, I've done some off-screen landscaping, and it probably won't look much different than it did before, but trust me, it is, and man, it took a lot of effort and a lot of work. You'll notice this down here. I made a little tunnel that goes from here up to the cave where the nether portal is. But you'll see all of these blocks out here, these netherrack and acacia wood blocks. They mark certain things here that I'm going to farm. And what you see here, this is going to be a tree farm. I'm going to be farming all of the trees. I'm going to be doing acacia wood over here. I'm going to be doing oak, spruce, and birch right in through here. I'm going to be doing the dark oak right through here. And then the jungle over here. And then kind of in between in some of these little areas here where I don't have anything, I'm going to be filling those in with other crops like potatoes, carrots, and wheat, and also maybe a water feature or two here and there. It'd be kind of nice. I thought about doing like a waterfall way over here that goes into a pond. That would be kind of neat. And then maybe do a pond over here or something to that effect. But that's definitely something to think about, something that I would plan on doing. But I took this area down 2 full levels, and that was a lot of dirt, used up a lot of durability on the shovel. And then over here, I raised all of that up by 2 blocks and then filled in the hole here. I didn't fill the whole thing in because that went really deep and it was really big. I just capped it off with about, I think, 4 blocks deep over here. So there's plenty of room to go down if I wanted to dig a pond over there. No big deal. Easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started over here. The first thing I'm going to do is do the acacia wood. I have an overabundance of this. Now this tree farm is, it's not going to be like something I'm going to frequent. It's going to be more aesthetics than anything, I think. But the wood's going to be here if I want it. And you see, everywhere you see one of these logs is going to be an acacia tree. So as you can tell, this is going to be a pretty substantial area to get wood. And acacia is going to be my primary wood, so that's why I've got so much of it. And then over here, I'm going to do the spruce, oak, and birch. I'm only going to have about 16 of each of those trees. And then for the dark oak, since they're so big and provide so much wood, I'm only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, I think. Yeah, I've got 4 of them planned. But it'll require 16 saplings. And same goes for the jungle. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of jungle. I'm going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? I think 5? Yeah. 5, maybe a 6th. If I could squeeze one in somewhere around here, I might do another one. But that's kind of how it's going to work. Now, I'm not going to leave it looking like this. Of course, this is just to mark some spots off. What I'm going to do here is come over here to the first spot that I want to work with. And let's just start with this one right here. This is a pretty good one to start with. I'm going to replace each of these. It kind of seems silly. I probably did this in a different, probably the wrong order, but I started it, so I just went ahead and finished it. But I'm going to replace each of these netherracks with an acacia log. You can see why I now say that. But I'm going to replace it with an acacia log, and I'm going to border it with stone slabs. And then inside here, I'm going to put glowstone in the corners. And then gravel everywhere else except right here in the middle. It'll remain dirt so that the sapling can grow. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Let me grab, I have yes, in here. I'm trying to remember where I put it. I have a shulker box with some acacia logs, and I'm going to need that right now. So let's dig these out. And I'm going to replace these really quick with the logs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of these, and then I'll go ahead and do the rest of them, the acacia, and then I'll do a progress update after that. And then once they're all done, then I'll go on to the next set of trees. But for right now, I'm just going to focus on this one acacia planter, I guess you could call it, or area. Now, acacia trees, I don't know exactly how much space they need, but I figure a 5x5 square should be enough. I'm pretty sure that's kind of what they needed. Oh, I need my another shulker box with gravel. So let's go ahead and get that out here because that's going to be needed, and this is going to be needed for quite some time. So I'm just going to leave those there. Let's grab some gravel here and fill this in with the gravel like this. And if this ends up not looking, kind of like what I'm envisioning, then I'll change it a little bit. But I have a feeling this is going to look like I want it. And then let's go ahead and do some glowstone to provide light, because I want this place lit up. I don't want any mobs running around in here. Okay, and then grab the axe. And then I need acacia saplings. Let's grab those right there. I think there's a total of 34 acacia trees that are going to be planted here. And there you go. There's that. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. I do need to get, right here. Nope, put it down here. Some stone slabs as a border. Like so. Okay, now that is how the planters are going to look. They're going to look like that. This tree will grow up in however direction, these acacia trees grow in all different directions, which is why I like them so much. They're quite different, each one of them. And so that's what each planter is going to look like. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the rest of these acacia trees, and then I'll come back with a progress update, and hopefully by then one of these trees will grow up, and you'll get to see how it looks like with a tree already grown. So let me cut away here, get this built, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that took long enough. Too long. I probably could have thought of this in a different way and made it a little bit more efficient, but that was a lot of gravel, a lot of digging, but there you go. So there is the acacia tree, I guess you could call it grove. And as you can see, the saplings have already grown up. There's still a few that have not. They may or may not. Some of these trees may be blocking. But there you go. A 5x5 square is big enough to grow the acacia trees. So let's kind of fly on down here and just kind of take a quick gander at it from this angle. So there you go. All of these trees, I can go ahead and chop them down, gather the wood, and then plant the saplings as they drop back in here. And I will definitely get more out of it than I've put into it. So this is a sustainable forest here, or sustainable wood source here. And so next thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to come over here, and I think I'm going to do this one right here. Yes, this one right here. It's a 16 by 16 square. This one, that one over there, and this one right here. I'm going to be working on spruce, oak, and birch next. I'm just going to do spruce, and I'll do the oak and birch off camera, come back, and then we'll go on to the next tree. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these with the spruce logs. I'm kind of adopting this convention here where I use the logs in the planter. And this one is actually going to be a little bit differently done than the previous one, and I've added space in between for pathing and whatnot, so I'll get to that later. But I forgot my slabs, my stone slabs. But anyhow, this is a 16 by 16 area. Let me run over here and grab my slabs. But I'm going to do these in a little bit different way because spruce trees, oak trees, and birch trees grow differently. Well, actually, the spruce and the oak are different. Or sorry, the birch and the oak are different than the spruce. But the spruce, you need at least 2 blocks in between each sapling. And whereas with the oak and the birch, you can grow side by side. And if you've seen my uncut survival tree farm, it's very basic. And it employs that method of side by side planting of the saplings for oak and birch. And it works. It yields good amount of wood. The only trouble is it's not efficient from the aspect of the saplings. Because when you have, like, let's say, for instance, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 saplings side by side and they all grow up, these 2 saplings may only have 1 leaf block above it. And you need those leaf blocks to get the saplings. So if you space them out, you get each one will have at least that much space to grow more leaf blocks. And so that's kind of my thinking in this. I could be wrong, but that's just where I'm going with this right now. So let me dig this down, and I'm going to have to put glowstone in here in a little bit more frequency than before. So I'm going to start with these corners, And I think what I'll do is I'll plant the saplings first. That way it gives me an idea as to where everything's going to be placed, or where all the trees are going to grow, and then I can work in the gravel and the extra glowstone in from there. And I'll have to figure out a pattern along the edges here, and I'll probably just make a grid out of it. Say, like, for instance, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's an odd number, so I don't know how far that, let's see, how far does this light extend? So right about here, I'd have to place one. Okay, so I'm probably going to need 4 blocks along each side. But what I'm going to do here, let me think. How did I do this? Wait, I said you needed 2 blocks in between. You only need 1 block in between. There. My mistake. And again, I did the odd number. I messed up. Okay, let's try this. Let's make it happen. I have an idea. There. Then we can do like a path down the center here. We could do something different through here. Okay, I'll make this work. I miscounted. No big deal. Or, you know, another thing I could do is go ahead and just move this over. That way I can get the size I want here. And I've already planted those all in the wrong spot. So here, let's do this. Let's just back up right there. Now I need to move. Let me grab my pickaxe here so I can get that and these. And that also means that this is going to have to go back 1 as well. Okay, let me get this sorted out, and then I'll be right back and we'll finish this up. Okay, so I really messed up. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I only wanted 16 trees in here. And so my original size was correct, as you can see here. So let me go ahead and finish putting the saplings in. Kind of a harebrained move there, but okay. I now know what I'm doing. Okay, so there's 16 saplings. That's the design I wanted right there. And now what I need to do is go ahead and figure out how I want to do the glowstone. I think I want to go right along here. Let me grab a shovel. It's so much faster. And then right here. All right, come on. Oh, I could just do that. Okay, so there. I'm going to do 4 glowstone along here. And then I'll kind of do the same thing here. So I'll do 1 here, here. I'll come over here, do 1 there, and 1 there. Just like that. Let's go ahead and fill these in. Okay, now what I've got to do also is do some glowstone in the middle. What I might do, let's hit F3. Okay, yeah, I think this could work. Let's see if this works. What I want to do is right here in the middle, do a 4x4 of not stone, of glowstone. There we go. There, now, hit F3. Let's see. 10 was the lowest number there. As long as it doesn't go below 9, we should be good to go. Okay, there we go. There's a good lighting pattern for that. I actually hadn't planned that out yet. So there you go. There's the spruce planter, and I'm going to fill in all of this here with gravel in here. So let me finish this up here. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll do these other 2 off camera, and then we'll go on to the others. All right, and there's what the spruce planter is going to look like. And then the oak and the birch are going to look identical. So let me go ahead and get those built, and then we'll go on to the dark oak. Okay, there is birch, spruce, and oak. So we got these trees done. So there's only 2 more trees left to go. And as you can see, these are already starting to grow, and they're doing a really good job. These are almost completely grown. So these are ready for harvest whenever I want to. And again, every single one of these leaf blocks is a chance of getting another sapling. And as so long as if I harvest all of these trees, if I get 16 saplings, then I can replant all of them And this is, again, more sustainable wood sources here. And next thing I need to work on, these haven't grown up yet, but they will any moment now. Probably whenever I go to sleep next. Usually it takes one full Minecraft day for these things to grow. And so the next thing I want to work on is going to be these planters right here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 right there. This is going, see, there you go. There's the first birch to grow. This area is going to be designated for dark oak. So let me get those out. And I'm getting a little low on some materials. See, I could go ahead and grab these really quick. Gravel especially. But I think I should have enough. I've had to go get more of the slabs several times. But so let me go ahead and get started on this first planter here. And it's going to be essentially the same setup with an exception here. So let me go ahead and just get the basic outline done so you can kind of see what I'm going to do here with this. How it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be much different. So here's this. Let me do the outline here. And as long as it's 8 wide on the inside, that's, man, I'm just placing those all over the place. All right, let's get this next row. Okay, and then these trees, since they're so huge, I forgot the saplings. Lovely. Luckily, they're just right here. Dark oak, right there. I'm gonna use all of my dark oak saplings here on this. But what I need to do is come in the middle here. Right there. So that should be enough room for one of these trees to completely grow up, and then I'll have another one over here, another one there, another one there. So that should be more than enough room for these trees to grow completely. And so I just need to add a little bit of light in here. This one I might actually have to add more light than just 4. But what I'm going to do is come over here and verify that right up to these saplings, there's a 9, there's a 9, and there's a 9. Yeah, it looks like right up against these saplings is a 9 as far as light's concerned. As long as it's not below 9, that's okay. So that'll probably work right there. So I need to go ahead and dig this out. I mean, the overall design is not going to change here. So, I mean, essentially what's going to happen here is I'm going to fill all of this in with gravel, kind of like I did the rest of them. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to the finished planter of all 4 of these planters. Okay, there is the dark oak planter. You see, you have to do these in 2x2 groups of 4 here. The saplings. Sorry, I was tripping over my words there. Yeah, you got to plant the saplings in a 2x2 pattern like that. And there you go. There's one that just popped up. Cool. I'm glad I saw that one. Caught that on camera, and see the spruce is the birch. I always get those two mixed up. The birch is growing, the spruce is doing well, and the oak is doing well. So we've got trees going as we're building this. This is pretty cool. This is going on a very long episode, recording for me at least. It's probably not going to be as long for you because I'm cutting out a lot of stuff. But here is our final area, and this one's going to be jungle wood. And again, it's going to be pretty much the same setup as before. I'm going to create little boxes here. And then, whoops, I'm going to move that over here. Nope, over there. And then let's go ahead and do this and put some jungle around here, jungle logs around here. And I probably don't need to do as many jungle trees as I've got here, but you know, it's a long ways to get to a jungle. And so I'm just going to go ahead and plant as many as I can. And these, since I did an even number, I'm going to do 2x2 right here, kind of like I did those. And so these could get pretty tall, which would be kind of neat looking to see if I can, to see what this would look like, you know, up there or from a distance or whatever. But check this place out so far. I mean, there's some really good progress here. I mean, this is going to be a lot of resources to get around here. and I really can't wait to make use of it here. Let me go ahead and mark this off here where I want, that's where I want the saplings to go. And then, again, you've seen this before. It's the same setup with, the planters where I'm going to do glowstone in the corners here, just like this. And then the rest of it will be gravel. And then the saplings will be the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 5 of them. I'm going to finish these, and then I'll come back, and then we'll wrap up this episode, because this is all I have planned is this tree farm. So give me just a moment to finish up. Okay, well, I have finished this finally. Well, I say not finished. I mean, I at least got all the trees in. I still want to work in some paths and whatnot in here, because there's a lot of space here. And I think I may include some of your general crops, like I mentioned before, like carrots, wheat, and potatoes, just to, just so I have it. It's be kind of cool to have it around here. But this also brings me to one other project that I really need to do. That cactus farm over there is insufficient. This is worn down my shovel, my axe, my pickaxe is worn down a little bit. And I've actually gone through 13 stacks of coal to repair this with the experience. And same goes with this. I went through 9 stacks of nether quartz to repair this because it was down really low before. And, oh, there you go. Hey, cool. Got a couple of jungle trees. Cool. Man, couple of jungle trees grew. That's hard to say for some reason. But anyhow, there we have it, the tree farm, all the trees. You have acacia, you have dark oak, you have birch, you've got spruce, you've got oak, and you've got jungle. We have all the tree varieties here. I'm going to fill in the rest of this with some more landscaping between now and the next several episodes. I might do a water feature over there, maybe over here. We'll see. And then I need to add some paths in here to get to the different tree deals and whatnot. And I'm going to take this staircase out. That was there. I put that there to try to get some rabbits up here because they were having a hard time getting up these blocks, but it ended up not helping in the end. But let's come down here. Oh, and I'll show you this one thing really quick. Yeah, this episode is taking me an hour and a half to record, but of course it's not going to take near that long for you to watch it, thanks to the wonderful powers of video editing. But here's a little entryway I've made into this cave. This cave was already here. I've only changed it here. So I've gone through, done the same kind of look and feel as the cave up here. And this stairway leads up. You see I've added some holes and stuff and cracking here. But this cave is, this is up here to this spot up here. So it kind of ties in with this part right here. So there's an easy way to get down there, and it kind of connects the two. And there's a nice little building right there that I've put together. I just did that while I was gathering resources for this and kind of planning it out because I was going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I figured, you know what, let's just make a stairway right there, make it easier. But that's that. And so on that note, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. It's been a long one for me. I'm ready to wrap this thing up and get moving. So if you enjoyed watching this episode, please tap or click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day. Goodbye.